Sanglier?
Sanglier. Do you have more?
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel where things are cheese-filled and wonderful. What have we done?
Yeah.
But also, things are starting to get messy.
Welcome to the powder room.
Two people can barely fit in here.
We're not playing to the camera.
Oh yeah,
That doesn't exist.
what camera?
Salut, I'm Patrick.
And I'm Beth.
We're fixing up an old townhouse in the Loire Valley of France, uncovering history and trying to solve mysteries.
We're creating our home in a space for art workshops. Come on along.
Directly in that direction is an old bricked up exit to this house.
Yep, we did it. We did go through with the demolition. Let's rewind and show you how we got to this point. What are you doing?
I'm looking to see where the water goes. Water line. We need to run some electrical. The other thing I want is an active exhaust fan.
To actually draw it up.
I want to talk about the toilet.
Okay,
Let's talk about it. The water outflow for the entire bathroom is right here.
will it all be visible like it is now?
What if the toilet was here and then all you had was this visible pipe here? You could build a little box around
I'm
it.
gonna tile it halfway up, but like, so there's a backsplash behind the sink and the toilet. And then paint. Originally, wanted to put that wallpaper mural with the hot air balloon. Now I would rather either paint a little mural or find art, like those old engravings of the old antique hot air balloons.
The first thing would be to remove this cabinet,
Yeah,
see what's back there, and then we need to do the electrical drops. It's gonna be messy.
and we need a cute light fixture. I really want to just go ahead and demo this cabinet soon so we can
Yeah.
see what we're working with.
Yeah, so we can do that
Like soon?
tomorrow,
Yes!
maybe.
Tomorrow!
Let's start this demo. Let's get the demo. I'm having second thoughts about whether we want to actually open up everything into the stairwell. Through this hole that I drilled in to peek into it, I can feel a steady cold breeze. And I'm worried about, like, to make this a home, we're gonna actually have to re-insulate it. I think we should take out this cabinet because we'll get an extra 2 feet in this powder room, but it might not be a good idea to open up this wall. It's never gonna be a stairwell again. It's just a cool old part of the house.
It's just ruins, but
We could open up like a window and you could peer into it,
yeah,
and it'd be more like a display where you're like, oh, take a look at what used to be here.
that could be cool.
Maybe we put a light in there or something, kind of like they do like in an old
Mhm.
well where you turn the light on, you can see.
So really the only way to keep the cool factor of this is what the house used to be
Yeah,
is to keep it closed off, but with the viewing window.
yeah, I think.
Okay,
And
I think that could work.
we can open up a little bit larger area to actually be able to look in there and to see if we even like it enough to want to feature it. We can make those decisions.
Yeah, let's do
You know,
that. So we're still gonna demo this closet right now.
Yeah, so let's take the closet off.
All right,
Out.
let's do it. I don't know why we clapped.
I don't either.
Oh, there you go.
It's an old door. Or it could be flooring. It's definitely repurposed. Oh yeah, it's flooring. In fact, it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same flooring that was used upstairs. It's leftovers.
In the bedroom? Or
Yeah, in the bedrooms because it's like soft pine, probably.
I love how they repurpose things.
With some ancient woodworm. It's cool.
Long dead woodworm.
Long ago. Look at that piece of wood. That is one piece of flat sawn wood. It's like 1 foot. Isn't that incredible? That's one piece of wood. I mean, it's just like an inch thick and 12 inches wide on one plank.
What was that?
See the cement a little bit more clearly.
Yeah. Ooh. Hope these are under this floor that we're standing on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I was in there banging on the wall, I heard somebody banging back. So I think there's someone in there.
Someone trapped in there?
That's a ghost. They're not trapped.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what
Coffee break. I removed 3 boards. It's time for coffee.
Great. What are your thoughts?
It's probably a good idea that we paused on taking out the wall all the way back to the stairwell, because just looking at it, when we remove the cabinet, you get that extra space, but you have a finished wall there. Mm-hmm. It only leaves this intrigue about what's behind the wall. Mm-hmm. It's definitely an old stairwell, but I think we can make it into sort of like an interesting feature, but it doesn't mean we have to open it up and make it usable space.
But I don't know what it looks like, so.
Once we have access to it, which will be in a few minutes, then we can use the scope, and it's got a screen and you can just see what's on it, and you'll see kind of what it is, and then we can decide if we want to go further and, open it with a little window or something. If it was interesting enough, it could be like a hidden little thing where we have some little framed instructions that are kind of cryptic in the bathroom. They like, if you're curious, and then there's like a little curtain there or something, or maybe there's a picture that you have to slide out of the way, and then you can see through it.
But that's kind of weird, being in a bathroom where people want privacy. They don't want to think it's some kind of secret peeping Tom window. I think it should just be a window that's always open with a light that comes on, and it's just like an extension of the bathroom.
I think that's fine too.
We save the more secretive reveal type things. The puzzles.
For other areas.
In other areas of the house that are not in a bathroom. I'm really curious to see what it looks like. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh.
See?
Oh.
Interesting, isn't it?
For some reason, I thought it was a bigger space back there.
I did too. The central staircase post is still there.
Yeah, I see.
And the door is there. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, so that there's another wall on the other side of it. Whereas I thought it was going to go all the way back.
I did too. Yeah, I thought that was the back, but it's that's not the back of the house. In terms of what we want to do here, I think it's worth removing, opening this up.
It's a little dusty.
It's a lot dusty.
Yeah.
I think it's worth opening this up.
This whole wall.
So I would remove it here. This door here is,
Oh, so remove like half of it.
You would move it where the door is. So then your wall comes out, and then there's a door here, and then that's an open area. Let's say we just open this part up. Would that be a nice addition to the bathroom? Would it be interesting enough? Yeah.
Yes, because you have a door and a post, and so then it's like structure of what used to be there.
Yeah.
And then
it's interesting,
and then we don't even know what's here. There's the shelves are there, and we'll take that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's worth opening this part up.
Yeah.
Look at the scopy thing.
Hold it steady.
Okay. Yeah, it has that curved plaster that looks like it's the underside of a staircase, right?
Right. There's the door, and then that plaster goes all the way up, right up to the door. Basically, they plastered it up.
It's like a little, cupboard under the stairs type of thing.
That's right. It could just be a fixed panel. Here's one thing we could do. Knock on the door. See, it's solid. Like, that's not a door. It's a panel, I think.
I think we should open this up and take a real look. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should. So if we do that, we're committing to this being a part of the bathroom. Like, we won't ever wall it back up.
No, I want it to be. The only question you had was about the cold air that's coming in.
There's no longer cold air coming this way. So I think it
was just trapped in there, maybe?
Probably. It was trapped in there.
Now we've let it out, and we've let all the ghosts out.
Well, yeah, the ghosts
What
came
have
out.
we done?
Yeah, so now now there's more ghosts in our house. Anyway, so if we do this, we just come down here and, remove this.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
And the bathroom will just have a wall here, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah, let's do it. Are you going to do it like right now?
I don't think so. No, I'm in the planning stages. So, because that's a big mess.
You gotta do what you gotta do when you don't have a car. It was really nice of them to let us use the hand truck. So someone in the last video suggested I do like a story time reading because they like the sound of my voice, which I find really hilarious. Because you know how it is, you kind of always hate the sound of your own voice on video, but I'm not going to do a story time exactly, but I will show you books we just hauled back from the auction house up the street. Love that one. I've showed a tour of that one when I visited last year. Ooh, these are very cool. I haven't been to either of those, but I just love the style of these engravings. Very nice. This is Blois. I've not been to that one yet. I've been to Blois many times, but haven't been to the castle. Ooh, this is pretty. Wow, look at that. The way it hangs over in little tiny, you can see an old church in the distance. Ooh. There's another view of the Chateau of Blois. That one's a bit bizarre. Don't know what exactly is don't know what exactly is going on there. That's a bit strange. Huh, have to look into that one. Huh. Angers. Ooh. Chateau d'Azay-le-Rideau. I haven't been to that one yet either, but man, that's pretty. Definitely have some frameable ones in there. So this one lot was all like nature books in English, art of natural history. Hopefully this has some good images. Ooh, yeah, look at those fish. Very cool. Look at these bizarre drawings of rhinoceros before they really understood what rhinoceroses looked like. So funny. I think this is from 1607. Someone cut that picture out, but it's talking about medieval books showing engravings of animals that people hadn't really, only a few people had seen them, and then they they describe it, and then an artist draws it without ever having seen it. I always find that so fascinating. Then there's a little heath and woodland birds. Ooh, an Audubon. I really wanted this one. The Life of Birds. Le Livre des Oiseaux. Something like that. Still working on it, y'all. Still working on it. But look at these beautiful pictures. Some puffins. History of the world's gardens. Interesting. And this looks like an encyclopedia, maybe an old animal encyclopedia book type. These are all great reference books for art in an Irish garden. Ooh, a nice sundial. This is basically exactly the kind of thing we're hoping to find for the garden. We have a plinth type thing waiting. Okay, now the real reason why I bought all these books. Paintings of cats. Not really. This one was funny though. I just thought, why not? This is a nice Renoir. Very cute. I wanted to have a lot of art references, you know, for our someday when we have our art workshops. We have to have a lot of art books and art references and things for people to look at. And the great thing about art books is it doesn't really matter what language they're in, because it's mostly about the pictures. Got some great art books. I'll just quickly show these. It's a nice Magritte's book. A lot of books. A lot of books. Matisse, favorite of mine. Love. This one's all about tapestries. The National and Tate Galleries. You get the idea. Lots of art books. Lots of art books. I don't need to go through all of them. Oh, this is cool. This one's all about textiles and clothing. Very interesting. So many great things. Here's a book about the Louvre, but all the different things in there, which of course is a lot, a bazillion things. And it kind of has them organized by theme. That's cool. This one's in English, so that's really will be helpful and useful for us. French paintings in the Louvre. Louvre. Treasures of early Irish art. There's like so much. Oh, and I got all this huge box of books for like, I don't remember, very little. Japanese Masters of the Color Print. Medieval art. Just so many great books. Italian food. Okay, interesting. Is it a cookbook? Or more like, oh no, I think it's more like food and art. Very cool. Just pretty much every subject you could ever imagine here. Illuminated manuscripts, medieval art. Oh my gosh, this is just a treasure trove of art books. I'm so excited about having all of these. Cézanne. Another Cézanne and Matisse. La Grande Aventure de l'eau. It's about water as the source of inspiration. Not sure if I'm getting that, but there's some really interesting books in here. Country Life. Oh, this one's from the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts in the States. So there's quite a mix of things. There is this other little box. That was a bunch of small things. Pocket painters, Turner. Oriental tapestries. Oh my gosh. So, a book, another Matisse book, but a book about Van Gogh and the Bayeux Tapestry. Oh, it has a little inscription. Christmas 1944. Oh, this is so cool. Wow. Very cool. This is just a treasure trove. So many books. I just can't even show them all. There's so much, but great start for our library. An old magazine. I'm just going through all these amazing books.
I didn't know you were talking to me.
Oh, I'm talking to the viewers out in YouTube land, you know. Man, there's so much in here. Century in France, the most beautiful photos. That's cool. Treasures of French paintings. Oh, these are like folio ones that some of them could be framed. Very cool. Oh my gosh. So happy with all that.
The plan for this powder room is to only have two things, a new toilet and a little sink here. Now it's going to be just a hand washing sink. Who's that? Oh. Anyway, the question is, where is the water going to come from? Let's see how the cold water is fed into here. So we have the old school copper, all custom bent on site, no flex. That was pretty hardcore back then. So that line, that cold water line, goes behind the drain, across what was the baseboard of the closet, and into this wall. So what is this wall? This is a thin brick and plaster wall that they put over the, this is the back side of the library. That goes into this wall. And let's see where it goes. So it comes out into the hallway, and then it just goes along the baseboard and disappears over there. It would be great to decommission this and find another route into the bathroom, the powder room, so that we don't have this pipe in our hallway. And you know, these things basically are just dust collectors, and they're hard to paint, and they just, you know, they just don't look as good as modern stuff. So it actually comes out of the wall and then disappears into the cove. So this is more of the utility cove that has the water supply from the street and is not where we plan to store any wine or make it look nice. It's all utility, but I can cap this off in the cove, no problem. And by doing that, I can eliminate all of this copper and clean up the way the baseboards are, make it look nicer. The water needs to come from this side of the powder room because we don't want to have to go up and around or go through the wall from some other existing supply line. So my thinking is this pipe right here goes through the wall into our half attic. Okay, so now we're in the attic behind the bathroom. We're actually above my wine cove. And that plugged up little area there is where the pipe comes through this old tuffeau wall. So my thought is, if I can decommission that drain pipe on the inside, because I've already disconnected it here, I could actually run a water line through the hole because someone's already drilled a hole for me, which is a lot better than doing it yourself. This is a copper pipe that was used to drain as a drain feed for the upstairs shower. This is no longer needed. So I'm going to remove this, and then conveniently I have a hole through the wall. So I can bring in cold water and trench it into the wall and run it down over, put a stem here or a valve here for the toilet, and then run it one over here and put a stem here for the sink. But we're gonna basically kind of redo this. And by we, I mean me. I'll be doing it. I didn't think about how long it would take to remove the rubble.
It's a lot of rubble. It's so cool.
Very well.
So
Yeah.
what do you think?
So this is literally my first real thoughts after demoing this.
Walk into the shot.
Okay. Walking into the shot. Well, my first thoughts are that this is the stairwell that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the door that you would have taken
To get into the stairwell?
to go into the stairwell. I mean, it's a door. They took the hinges off, but essentially you would come down this hallway, open this door, and then walk up the stairs. And this huge center oak post is the thing that held up the entire stairs. It is the center post.
Mm-hmm.
It is in pretty good shape, except for the bottom has rotted.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, this is for the stairs. This is not a post that holds the house up. But it has,
Look at those tomate.
yeah, the post has significantly gotten water damage, and there's actually quite a bit of water damage down here, which contributed to the dampness in the bathroom, which we're fixing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's tomates down here, and they ran all the way out here, and the assumption is that they are also under this old linoleum floor. We'll see how much trouble it is to get the linoleum up and how we can do it safely. So what they did was there was a wall, there was always a wall here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stairwell leads up, and then this is the turn of the stairs, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
However, what they've done is they've filled it in. So upstairs is the bathroom that you see the top of the stairs, and they filled rubble in. And behind this door, there's not an empty space. It's filled with rubble.
Mm-hmm.
And then
how
it
do
was
you know?
plastered up.
Can you see back there?
Yeah, you can tell that behind it, like on the bottom, I can see rubble, and like up here, I can see that they,
Yeah.
you know, they filled it in with random boards. Like the stairwell is not, or the stairs are not there anymore.
Right. And then what's going on here in this?
Right. So this is the fill that they did,
Mm-hmm.
and then they plastered over it. This is actually, this wants to come off, so I need to be very careful. But some of it came down, and this must have. This is in there pretty solid, so I'm not quite sure what happened here. But anyway, this is just old plaster, and it's going to have to be repaired. But at some point, what's interesting is at some point, this was blocked up before this bathroom was renovated, probably in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
This was used as a
Closet.
Mm-hmm. Because you have these rails, and there were shelves here,
Mm-hmm.
and because they were back here for 70 years probably, in this damp, they actually had disintegrated. So the wood had fallen and failed. So I just took it out and threw it out. There's some other interesting things going on here. I can look through this hole, which my first look was I can see like an arch that was built, but it's rubble. It's not like a secret passage or anything, but I believe that it was originally the path to the cave that we have, our cave for our wine. There was an entrance here, and when you go in there, you can see an old doorway that was kind of the levels in this house are really complicated. I don't really know what's going on. We need a little bit more investigation, so I can use my fiber optic thing and look behind this door to make sure that my assumption is right, that it's filled up. I didn't mention this. The reason this is a beam here.
Oh yeah.
So it's not really practical to remove it for our reno. Like it's gonna have to be like this, I think.
Yeah, no, I think that's fine because we really just wanted kind of a little alcove vignette peek into what it used to be.
Yeah, but I think at the very least, like if we get all the tomette refurbished in here and it's like one continuous clean floor and the walls are replastered, having a little table or something back here with a cool light will just kind of light up and show this neat old part of the house that was just kind of hiding there. And we can actually polish, you can use like wood wax on this post and clean it up and make it really nice and shiny. So I think it'll be really cool.
You think the plaster, that all needs to be replaced?
I don't know. I need to ask. I need to look and see like how fragile it is. I think what they did was they made this, they patched this up so there was no opening. And then when they were doing whatever they did with the bathroom, they dropped a bunch of rubble down. And I bet you that they dropped something and it hit this corner and broke this a little bit. It was probably this like wet mortar from a bucket. And then it probably broke through and then stuck here. Because this is like broken through and stuck. And it's solid. So I think that's what they did. They basically damaged it from above, but it was already, blocked off, so no one cared. So I love this piece of history of this house. I think this is really cool. Directly in that direction is an old bricked up exit to this house. So there used to be an entryway here. It was a regular sized doorway, and it was over here. Whenever they did the decommissioning of the stairwell, I think that they introduced, they bricked this up and then they plastered this, I think. So this wall I think it looks like it goes back a little bit, and then there's a kind of, not this, but there's an arch back there, and I think that is the arch in the cave. So let's go take a look at the cave.
Okay.
So this actually doesn't line up. This is what I see. This arch. I see part of this curve through that wall. That's all. That's all I can see. But I've always wondered what this is here. And
well, we looked at this in the past. We thought this was a doorway, like we could see it.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. First of all, this wine rack needs to be full.
Okay.
It needs to be filled up completely.
Start working on it.
Okay. But no, yeah, I'm looking for the outline of a door that would have been like an entrance into here.
But we see that lintel at the top?
Yeah, that lintel, I'm looking at it. What's weird about it is it doesn't look like the top of a lintel, and it doesn't look like a bottom of a lintel because there's nothing over here. So I really don't know what it is. It is some kind of lintel. And what's also interesting is there's wear right in the middle where you expect a lot of traffic. If somebody was walking through some previous.
And hitting their head every time, or what?
No, that was before this cave had this roof or something. I don't know. I don't know what this is, but it is a carved stone. It is carved, and then there's cement Like this is a more modern cement top, but we would need an expert to tell
Yeah,
us.
so this directly lines up with that bathroom or no?
Yeah, so the bathroom is directly here. And like I said, I see some of the arch behind the wall there. So, I do not know. I don't know. So maybe someday we'll have a better understanding of what's going on.
Is this all the Scooby-Dooing we're gonna do today?
Yep. Yep. Oh, I could sit on the toilet and pontificate about the people that walked on this floor in the 1600s. They would have been, people working at the tannery or a person who owned the tannery, but these are like people in their work clothes coming and going. It was open to the tannery in the back. Like all these houses were all intermingled with the tannery businesses. They probably lived upstairs and then they came in and put their hand on that post and walked upstairs where they lived.
It's a lot of speculating, but part of it could be right.
You asked for it. There's no way we're getting this in there.
Will this ginormous Art Deco armoire be the end of our marriage?
A ton.
I figured it comes apart. And we call in an expert to help us figure out what in the world is going on with these floors.